Whoa, now everybody, I'm your host, Lambo Drew, and you are now tuned in to another edition of The Leverage Show. Definitely excited about this one tonight. I'm telling y'all right now, man, if y'all don't know, I'm on a high right now. And it's an amazing high, man, of being on this high because I'm actually seeing people's lives being changed each and every single day, actually seeing the light bulb like come on, and then all of a sudden boom, great things start to happen to them, man. And it's just been one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I've seen people transitioning from their jobs, or transitioning from what they call as the workforce, and transitioning from some of these other things that have been holding people back for years, and then moving themselves at an accelerated speed into their dimension, into their destiny, into the things that has blessed their life. Look, I'm excited about tonight. I hope you're excited about tonight, because I'm definitely going to be bringing something tonight to you that hopefully energizes you, hopefully refocus you, hopefully recharges you to a whole nother level. I'm excited about tonight. Make sure y'all are excited about tonight, and y'all are sharing this video out for somebody out there that may need this. Somebody may need to know what in the world are we talking about here tonight on The Leverage Show. And if you missed Tuesday night, please, 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 you got to go back and watch Tuesday night. Tuesday night was definitely epic. I finally got a chance to share for some of those who have never seen it, and y'all hear me talk about it on the broadcast all the time. I finally got a chance to share the Steve Harvey motivational video from Tuesday night. Y'all didn't think Lambo was going to come on there on a July 4th Tuesday night, where y'all was eating your barbecues and you eating your baked beans and eating everything else that you got for all your barbecue fixings on July 4th. But I came and rocked with y'all, literally took the time, staying committed to my Tuesdays and Thursday nights. And I came rock with y'all that night, and also played a special video that was about an hour and 11 minutes that was tied into that broadcast with my guy, Steve Harvey, man, who just literally tore it all the way up, man. For those who do know, I'm excited about that video. I watch that video just about every day. I pretty much, I'm not lying to you, I can digest that video back, forward, sideways, front. Anything you need to know, man, when it comes to that video, man, I've digested it. I've seen people people who were literally in the group, or who were some great friends of mine, man. That video of the 11 and a half hour video that just kept looping, and they had a few more other things that was actually in between that the hour and 11 video didn't have. So definitely excited about that. I'm going to come tonight also with another video, but it's not till after I speak, just like we did the last time. So sit tight, y'all gonna be all right. This video tonight will be like 55 minutes or something like that, but definitely it's gonna be intel. So y'all can go right to the Lambo Drew Leverage Show, be able to click that button and be able to get the video. If you say you've never received it, never received a text, never received a message, never received any of this, you'll be able to receive that video and take a hold of that video and let that video change and bless your life. I'm telling you what I know, man. This is what this thing is about. It's about us moving forward as a force, regardless and everything, man, of where you're at in life or what position that you're at in life. All of us need that jump start. All of us need that motivation to begin to move forward. And if I am your voice of that reason, if Lambo Drew in the Leverage Show community is that voice for you, then I'm glad that we are that voice for you tonight. That's going to actually help propel you into another level and another dimension. Listen, I want to get started into the chats, because I truly want to see you in the chats. Always got to show love, man, who's into these chats. All right, let's see. My guy, Kennard Handy. What's up, Lambo, man? Hey, I see you in the building, Ken. Listen, Ken for the win. I'm telling you what I know. He says he's coming with some good stuff. I'm looking forward to that YouTube channel coming with more stuff. Make sure you guys go and like and subscribe to my guy, Ken Haney's channel, man. Kennard Haney on YouTube. Just like it is on the screen. Make sure y'all go show him some love. And definitely make sure y'all tap into some of the content that he's going to be dropping in the future content that he's going to be dropping on his channel. I'm telling you what I know. Ken, on ahead and say hello, Mr. Johnson and the entire Lever Show fam. Thank you, Ken, man. Thank you for showing love to everybody. That's what this thing is about, man. Entire Lever Show family is on. Ken says sometimes you have to jump and earn your wings on the way down. Ed Zimbardi, man, listen. I gotta say this. You know, people who don't know that name may never ever heard of that name. That name has blessed so many people beyond words. That gentleman has literally opened up the doors for just so many people, man, and just watching them in their life, watching them flourish, watching them literally take their life and level up on a whole nother level where, you know, other things, man, may have not been working out for people. That gentleman, man, has blessed and changed the life of a lot of great people. But not just that, he's just opening you up to the possibility that there is something more out there than what you've been seeing with your own two eyes, of getting up, you know, stubbing your toe on side the bed. As soon as you get outside the bed, but now you even got outside the bed, you just rolled outside the bed. And then all of a sudden you stub your toe and you head to the bathroom, and from that point on, you turn around and you're putting your stuff together. You know, you're putting your makeup on for the ladies, and you're brushing your teeth and washing your face for the gentlemen, and you get into that shower or your bath, whatever is your morning routine. That's what you're doing. And Ed Zimbardi, man, has been one of those who has literally changed the way that you look at your mornings and the way that you look throughout the day and the way that you look throughout the night. It is truly a blessing to have generals like that who have led the charge and who are leading a charge to help people and let people know that there is a different dimension of people who are out here who are just not satisfied with the status quo of us just being another statistic and us just being able just to go to work that points the time clock and deal with people and deal with employees and you're disgruntled all day. No, you have an expiration on that. And a lot of you, if you've been watching the show, you've been given an expiration date to that dreadful place that you call WORK or your job. But let me tell you something. Let's be thankful for what those jobs have been. You've been able to provide for your family. You're able to get up and do for yourself and be a blessing to people and use a gift that whatever gift that God has created for you to do. So just don't go ahead and speak so negative about that. Because at the same standpoint, there's somebody in life doing a whole lot worse than what you are doing. So be thankful. Have a spirit and a heart of gratitude, knowing in everything, man, that, man, you know what? I got a job. I get up and do something. Somebody is actually employing me. May not be the money that I want to make. May not be the money that I'm going to retire making and live this wonderful life. It may not can't buy you all the things that you would try to buy. But it positions you with the work ethic to once you do get into your promise and once you do get into your craft and once you do get into that thing that you love to do and that thing that drives you and motivates you and picks you up every single morning and literally the thing that you can't live without doing. Once you get to that level, you understand the work ethic that it takes to maintain and keep at that level and flow in ecstasy. You know you have the spirit of excellence on you. For some of those who don't know what that is, know that you actually walk, not just by any means necessary, and you're just out here free willy-nilly and everything else out here. No, you're actually walking in purpose, integrity, and character. And these are the silent things that people actually look at. The things when you're actually raising your finger at somebody or you're cussing somebody out or you're literally getting ready to speak negative on somebody and make fun of and poke fun of people because to make yourself or the crowd of people look around you a whole lot more better, make that person and everything, man, look a lot more smaller. In life, man, we literally have life and death in the power of our tongue. Be careful by the words that you say. Be careful that the things that you do. Listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. I was a sports player coming up. I played sports. I loved it. I was a ball player. Everybody who know that, I played ball. Listen, I could talk more smack than anybody possibly out there on the football field, the basketball courts, and anything else. But the one thing that I ever really wanted to do was belittle someone to the point that made them feel more smaller than me and me much bigger than them. Now that smack talk in between the lines, and if you ever been on a pool table with Lambo Drew, I'm telling you, it can get hectic. It can definitely be, some serious stuff, man, popping off on that pool table. But I will say this. It's all in good fun. It's all in good joking. It's all in having a wonderful time out there. And that's what this thing is about in life. Make sure that you're edifying people rather than belittling people. And if your words that you are speaking towards people or speaking behind people's back or speaking in private is belittling people, what it does is it literally takes the shine off of you people once looked at you in. It takes the shine off of you that God is actually looking at you and saying, you know what? You're right. My son and my daughter, I was getting ready to bless them with something. I was getting ready to bless them with something big. But at the same time, they just couldn't go on ahead and keep their mouths off of people who were in a way worse situation or literally didn't have enough shine like they did. Now, again, when we get out there and we're playing out there on any sport, whether I suck at the sport or not, I'm going to talk smack. But I'm talking smack to bring out a challenge in each and every one of the people who are around me to make sure we're better, make sure we loosen up, have fun. Most of the time and everything, man, when we out here playing sports and doing, I don't know what it is. You're doing tennis, you're doing golf. I started picking up golf. You're doing basketball, football, whatever it is. Make sure that the people who are around you love to be around you. And if they literally, man, kind of put the head down when you come around, that's kind of let you know, like, hey, man, you may not be the person to be in that crowd. You may need to change some things up. You may have offended some people that have really went on ahead, man, and really was one time rocking strong with you. So make sure that you get that right, whatever that is. Again, man, in life, man, you guys are going to hear tonight, man. I got a couple of good stories to share before I do share the broadcast. But tonight, man, just piggybacking on what Ken said, I'm thankful that I did get a chance to open up my parachute and jump. You guys seen the actual YouTube page of this. You see the YouTube page of a person jumping out of a parachute, but the parachute is sideways as well as the mountains are sideways. That's how life is. Life will definitely not go ahead and put you on the course that you have imagined in your mind when you actually get out there and do step out on faith. Try something and do jump. I'm going to tell each one of y'all right now, you're going to have to do something. For you to do nothing about it and you trying to think that you're going to play it safe out here, it's not going to work. Playing it safe is what got a lot of people right now dreading them making the decisions that they didn't make in their latter years or in their earlier years. And then in their latter years, they're looking at themselves, thinking back like, my goodness, I should have sat there and made that decision when I had all the energy, when I had all the time, when I had all the resources, when I had everything that was in front of me. I should have made that decision, but you didn't. Don't beat yourself up about it. Listen, we've all been in that. I really wish that I could have redid some things in my 20s with better decisions, financially wise, that would have set me up to in my 30s and 40s. But I had to wait until my 30s, and then I had to wait until my 40s for a lot of things to come in fruition. But it doesn't matter. Doesn't negate the fact that as long as you are still living and breathing, there is still a purpose, there is still a plan, and there is an assignment for your life that is bigger than the life that you are currently walking through right now. You need to figure what that is. Figure out that why. Figure out that purpose. Figure out that thing that you cannot actually go without through life without making it happen before you actually take your last breath. One of the biggest joys I've ever had was starting this program. A lot of people don't know, man, I get a chance to speak to people all the time, speak to teams, speak to businesses, speak to so many people in this arena to really help them out. But when I started this podcast, literally over a year and a half ago, I sit back there and I said to myself, God, what am I doing? Should I start this podcast? Will I be even good at this podcast like this? Even though I had the experience of networking, doing business and talking with people for so long, do I have what it takes to keep the attention of people and help motivate them and help shape them and cultivate them and bring them in to a greater season of their life, that it's a winning season and not a losing season? Do I have what it takes? Well, I can verily say and verify that after over 22,000 new subscribers on the show and the Leverage Show, and because of you guys sending this video out and sending this to your family and sending this to your friends, this video and this broadcast and this podcast has truly begun to take shape and take form and fashion in helping shape the culture of generations of lives of people who are attached to this broadcast. I thank God so much, because so much in time of my life, I felt so many days that I was wasting time doing some of the things that I was on my job doing, and I was meeting people, man, and trying to help people, and it felt like I was wasting my breath. But in all actuality, I was actually preparing for the moments like this, to be living in life and speaking in front of you on a Tuesday and Thursday night. I take that as one of my biggest and highest prizes that God could have blessed me with, to bless me with everything, man, in front of a camera with lights around me, in front of an audience, in front of wonderful supporters who support this broadcast. And not only support this broadcast, but actually are helping change their lives from the information, from the wisdom, from the guidance, from the wonderful people who make up what this Leverage Show is today. I'm thankful for y'all. I truly am. I'm thankful for each and every one of y'all. Y'all don't know what y'all have did to me. I always had the gift of gab. That's what they said. But to come out here and actually see lives being changed from this broadcast is one of the biggest assignments God could have possibly put me on to help change a generation. I'm thankful that when I hear the stories and the testimonies that come in that says, Lambo, hey, I got a chance to run a play. I got a chance to do something that helped out a family member. I got a chance to share a video, and that video helped bless somebody, and it helped, illuminate some things in their life that they needed to illuminate. I love this broadcast because of that. I love you guys because of this. This is what this thing is about. It's not about in everything, man, us trying to figure out and everything. And I'm just getting ready to keep it 100 with y'all. It's not about who can have the biggest toys or the most flashiest toys. It's about in everything, man, who can go ahead and affect impact and change in a culture and change in your lives. When you watch the Leverage Show, do you actually get fired up? Do you actually get energized? Does something burn on the inside of you that, you know what, you watch many other programs and watch many other podcasts, and many other podcasts are not like this. I hate to say this. Many other podcasts talk about a bunch of foolishness that literally edifies you, or you can't even eat off of in no type of way at all. I don't get it. That's what people do. But I will see each and every single one of y'all continue to strive towards your goals, to strive towards your vision, to strive towards those things that you've always desired to do. But with that, this Leverage Show, it teaches you how to get out of your comfort zone, how to get out of that very thing that you dread and literally, man, cringed up that you would even make a move, and literally felt like cement blocks in your feet of you trying to move and you trying to jump off of that ledge and jump into your destiny. Yeah, it's not gonna feel good. Yeah, it doesn't feel like I'm telling you, like you just woke up and you won the lottery and all of your problems were solved. Well, I hate to say this, but I'm getting ready to go ahead and bless some people, man, who are out there. The lottery doesn't solve every problem. The lottery helps out with some sort of money issues. But what if you're sick in your body? What if you went through a bad relationship? What if your family is not speaking to you because of odds of things that didn't go wrong? What about if your children just totally just despise you? What about if your neighbors just really truly decide, say, you know what, we're really not rocking with them. We don't want to speak to them. How much impact are you really having in life? How much could your money go buy a smile? A genuine smile, not a smile that's coming from people who only want to tolerate you for your substance, but people who tolerate you for who you truly are and celebrate you for who you truly are. That's what this Leverage Show is about. It's about you being pushed to another level, stepping out of your comfort zone, going meet somebody different, a friend, or somebody who's a complete stranger, and just being able to help them out in some sort of need, by any need that you may have. And it may not be much, but it may be just enough for that person or that family or that individual to help carry them on in their journey so they can fight just one more day. I know what that is, to feel that pressure of fighting one more day. I remember the story of, Peter, when Jesus asked Peter and everything. He said, hey, Peter, listen, you come on out here. You can come. Just come on out here. Because you asked the question, Lord, if that's you, if you bid me to come, tell me to come. And Jesus said, man, come. And Peter started walking on water. But the first thing that Peter had to do, he had to step out of the boat that he was in with the rest of the crew. You may be in a boat. I don't know what your boat looks like. I don't know how your boat looks like. I don't know what you have inside of your boat. But your boat may be safety. Your boat may be securement. Your boat may be, you know what? This is my boundaries. I'm not getting outside of my boat. I'm staying within my boat. I'm going to stay with the crew and the people and my friends and my family and my coworkers and everybody who I am comfortable seeing each and every day of my life, because they bring me comfortability. That's fine if you want to be ordinary. It's fine if you want to be comfortable. But I'm getting ready to tell you something that may startle you. Your comfortableness, being comfortable in the place that you're at, it's not going to get you into the life of your dreams. It's not going to get you into the life that God has destined for you and the thing that he's shown you. And the thing that he put inside of your heart, inside of your spirit, inside of your mind, the thing that you see over and over and over again. You see yourself living this lifestyle that is way beyond what your current situation truly is. I get it. I understand how fearful and how crazy of defying the laws of gravity that probably could have been for Peter, of stepping outside of the boat. But as he's seen Jesus afar off in the water, and he's seen them literally defying the laws of gravity, Peter's faith grew anxious at the opportunity that was before him. My question to you tonight, does your faith grow anxious at the opportunity that is right before you? Does it grow anxious to your vision? Does it grow anxious to that very thing that literally you see yourself living in, moving and driving and helping, and that thing that you see yourself feeling so much joy and abundance in? Does your faith grow anxious to that? Or do you grow tired and wearisome, seeing that you're never walking into that thing that God has designed and destined for you to do? I can tell you there probably was a million things that went through Peter's mind when he seen Jesus outside of the boat and the disciples were sleeping, and Peter decided to wake up and he seen Jesus afar off and said to himself, oh my God, that's Jesus. Lord, if you bid me to come, I will come. The laws of gravity. You get outside of a boat, you're in a boat, it's water around you. For some of you who don't know, man, this world is covered with 70% water. There's only 30% land in this entire substance of what we call Earth. For those who want a little bit more statistics, do you know that there is only 36 billion acres of land? 36 billion acres of land. There's also 6 billion people currently right now on Earth. If you divided all the acres of the 36 billion acres amongst the 6 billion people, everyone would have 6 acres of land. Everyone. 6 acres of land. 6 billion people on Earth. 36 billion acres of land. And everyone could have 6 acres of land if they split it equally. My question to you tonight, where's your 6 acres? Are you going to get it? It's already there for you. It's already promised to you. Today, me and my wife had the esteemed privilege of sitting in the bank and talking with a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful banker that we were in, and we were conducting some business. And the banker told me and my wife both, and I'm not lying to you, told me and my wife both, he said, hey, man, back home, I got 400 acres. 400. I said, no, give me 400 square feet. No, I got 400 acres. He said, man, my uncle or my dad, he's got another 1,200 acres. My question to you today is, who has possession of your land? Who has your acres? If I just told you there's 36 billion acres and 6 billion people on Earth, and each one of y'all can get 6 acres of land. And if you look around your house, if you look around your dwelling, if you look where you currently at, do you possess 6 acres of land? And if the answer is no, and I've seen the lopsidedness from the banker this morning of 400 acres and his father or uncle with another 1,200 acres. That's 1,600 acres that literally should be given to so many more people at 6 acres apiece. Who's controlling your land? Who's controlling your promise? Who's controlling the thing that has already been given to you? And if they're controlling it, how are you going to take back control of it? There's only one thing that you can possibly do that's going to be able to begin to start balancing out the equation. Again, it won't never all balance out because the Bible says that the poor will be with us always. So that means that there are going to be some acres that are going to be out there. They're going to be acres of people who are in jail. They're going to be acres that are people who are not physically able to be able to have their acres of land that you need. And these acres of land actually represent so many things in your life, so many blessings, so many opportunities, so many things that you can possibly have that literally is right in front of your hands, but you're not taking the opportunity for it. Peter stepped out of the boat. The Bible says he walked towards Jesus. And as long as he kept his eyes on him, he kept himself above water and was walking on the thing that should have drowned him. But the moment that he took his eyes off of Jesus, he began to sink. Because what happens is the reality set in. All that faith, all that he had been seen and happened and all of that stuff meant a hill of beans. Because now I'm doing the very thing that I should not be doing in front of people, or even the laws of gravity would allow me to do. Tonight, your focus may not be Jesus. Your focus and everything may not be that prize. Your focus may be the prize of your promise, of the imagination, of your creativity, of the things that are in front of your face that God has showed you. That may be the biggest thing that you see in front of you, that he's shown you, and he's giving you a word, and he's saying, hey, I just want y'all to go catch that vision, go catch that one thing that you have been dreaming about and been seeing yourself in and seeing yourself doing some things. Go do that one thing. And most of y'all will say, oh man, Lambo's just talking. Lambo's just saying what he's just saying. I don't know if I ever be able to do it. I don't know if I ever be able to get it. I don't know if I ever be able to obtain it. I'm here to challenge you. Keep your eyes focused on the vision. Keep your eyes focused on the goal. Keep your eyes focused on those things that you have seen inside of your head, inside of your spirit, inside of your heart, inside of in front of you. Keep your eyes focused on that. And don't let your vision go to the left, the right, or down, or you'll begin to start sinking like Peter did. And what happens is people, when they're in their vision, they get distracted with many things going to and from in front of them, and many people and letdowns, and things don't go right, and this doesn't go right, and that doesn't go right. And then all of a sudden your mind and your psyche starts playing tricks on you. You start to say, this ain't working out. This is not going well. This is not doing well. That's not doing well. And literally you start talking yourself out of the vision that you've been focused and the plan that you've seen in front of, and you stepped out on faith and you jumped off the edge of that cliff. And then all of a sudden, life starts happening to you, and life starts getting into you. Can I give something to y'all tonight? Life is not happening to you. Life is responding to you. How you respond to the challenge, how you respond to tough times, how you respond to the very things that is literally trying to stop your destiny and stun you from you getting to that goal. That's the very thing that literally he's giving you power, and God's giving you grace and the ability to have strength over and to make it through. But you're going to have to challenge the inner warrior inside of you. You're going to have to challenge and stay focused, stay diligent, stay vigilant to the assignment that you have set before you. If you have a vision board, you have to go as hard as you possibly can with that vision board. You have to understand there is nothing that can stop you, and nothing will get in the way between you and your vision. Your goal, your gifts, they're one of the greatest things you can possibly have in front of you. But you need to stay focused on your assignment. There are many things that are going to get you frustrated. There are many things that's going to make you cry. There's many things that's going to make you want to give up. There's many things that's going to make you want to give in. There's many things that's going to make you want to stay down on that ground and stay down on that mat and say, you know what, Lambo, I can't take it. I can't do this thing. There's so many things that's going to take you into that place where you are feeling at a moment of giving up, tapping out, quitting, and just not allowing life to continue on anymore because you were in your comfortable place. And as long as you were in the boat, and as long as you were around the friends, and as long as you were around the coworkers, and as long as you were around the people who were doing the everyday, ordinary things, you weren't going through all of this mess. You wasn't going through all of this headache. You wasn't going through all of this strain. But the moment you stepped out of the boat, the moment you jumped off the cliff, the moment you took a leap of faith, and begin to start moving into things that you have seen inside of your brain and seen inside of your heart and seen inside of your vision, the things that God has shown you, you automatically started freezing up and you revert back to the very thing that you were present in. Tonight, I want to help you change your compass. Because the route you've been going, the things you've been doing, the route you've been going down, how's that working out for you? Are you really living the life that you truly desire to live? Or are you only just living the life of playing the safety net because it's comfortable? My family's comfortable. My friends are comfortable. I'm comfortable. Hey, I got my light bills paid. Got food on the table. Got a roof over my head. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I got gratitude. I hear, Lambo, you talk about gratitude all the time and thankfulness and all the time. Can I give you another story before we get into this video? Can I give you one more story? There was a certain centurion. Actually, I'm not even going to go with this centurion. There was a certain ruler. He actually went to 3 men. And he gave the 3 men some money. It's the story of the talents, for those who do know. And he told the gentleman, he said, take this money and go do business till I come back. In other words, he said, go flip this. For some of y'all street folks out there, I need you to go flip this bag. Flip this money. Bring me my money back, but don't bring it back the same way I gave it to you. Go do work with your hands. And some of y'all haven't been doing work with your hands. You've been really just coasting along and letting the work do something for you. Oh, I got me my nice little job, my nice little gig. I'm really nice. I'm satisfied at the place that I'm at. But you're missing out on one of the greatest blessings in front of you. The thing about the story with the talents, first gentleman came back. He said, this is what I did to the actual ruler. He said, hey, I did this. Then the scripture said he gave him 10 cities. The next one came back. Look what I did. I did this. I flipped it. I told you I was going to flip it. I went, got the work that you gave me, and I went, did more things with that, and I flipped it. He turned around and gave him 5 cities. Then he came back to that very third one, the one that wanted to play the safety, the one that wanted to say, you know what? I'm going to wrap this up what you gave me and put this in a napkin. And I'm going to hold this right here. Listen, if you come back, I don't want to say I done messed up the bag. I don't want to say I done messed up what you done gave me. I don't want to say I didn't let you down. Like, I got your bread for you, man. Yo, look, everything you gave me right here. Yo, I put it in this napkin. I did not let this napkin go. I put this napkin right here, and I made sure and everything, man, that when you come back, I got it. I got it because I was scared of the uncertainty. I was scared and everything, man. If I went out there, something would happen. I might get jacked. I might get mugged. I might get robbed. Something might steal it. Somebody and everything, man, might take this money from me. Or I can't flip it. I can't sell it. I can't do nothing. I can't make no work happen from what you gave me. So I wrapped it up in this napkin. And I took this napkin and I put this napkin right here and I said, you know what? This is what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to set this to the side. So when you come back, I already gave you, I'm just breaking you off with the piece that you gave me. What that gentleman didn't know is that the ruler gave him an order. Not only that, put him on assignment. Not only did he not do the assignment that the ruler said, but he even did something even more crazier than that. He wrapped up everything and put it to the side and hid it. So when he came back to him, the very thing that he told him to do, he defied and denied 3 main keys. What he did was, instead of work, he buried the gift. And that's a lot place where some of you are at right now in life. You are burying the gifts that God has given you and God has placed in your lap for you to go do business. 1, he buried the gift. 2, he put no work into what the ruler said do in working the gift. Some of y'all are not working your gifts. You are not working your crafts. You are not working the things that God has assigned and placed on the inside of you for you to do. You are not working it. You're playing the safety. You're sitting on the sideline. Nah. I'm not gonna work this. That's too much like work. Okay, I gotta back up from this. Some of y'all been running away from the work, the real work, the work that's really gonna reward you even greater. You've been running away from that work rather than running towards that work. Number 3, what that ruler did, when he seen him, he said, you gave back to me what I gave to you, and you are operating in disobedience. Some of you, the reason why you are never in the place or not in the place that you are at right now is because you've been operating in disobedience. God has shown you faith, given you faith, showing you how to go do things, showing you how to maneuver, showing you how you can go make some things happen. And you've been saying to yourself, nah, man, I don't think that's God is telling me to do that. Like he's giving you a direct order to step out and go do something, go change something up. And you've been like, you know what? Nah, God, I can't. I got this going on, and you're giving him excuses of why you're going to be disobedient to the order that he's giving you to do and the assignment that he's giving you to do. He said, man, I can't wait to really bless you. Like, I really can't wait to really bless you. But because you giving me all your excuses and you're giving me all of this lip and you're giving me everything that I'm telling you that I can care less about, I just ask for your obedience behind this. And I'm going to bless you. I'm going to bless you. I'm going to bless you further than you can even imagine. I'm going to bless you. Those three things. That ruler looked at that servant and said, you wicked servant. Like, man, there's a lot of things in life that I can get through. I can get over. I can get past. But I can't imagine God saying, Andrew, I've given you all of this, Lambo. You disobeyed me in all of these areas, in all these major three areas. And yet in all, you want me to bless you. Yet in all, you want me to take your dreams and your visions and the goals and the things that I've placed on the inside of you. But you couldn't handle these three key components. You couldn't handle that. I gave you an order. You couldn't handle that. You couldn't do the very exact thing that I told you to do. Some of y'all been sitting on the very thing that God has told you to do. God has showed you to do this thing. And you've been like, God, I'm questioning. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know. You're wrapping up your gifts. You're not operating in your gifts. You're operating in disobedience. Literally, you're not putting that work and you don't want to work. So you don't want to do gifts. You don't want to do work. And you're definitely in disobedience. You're like, God, I just wanted to drop out of the sky. And God is looking at you like, man, what more do you want me to do for your life? What more do you want me to do for your life if this is what you're going to give me in return? Some of y'all got to work the work. You got to work with him. You're working against him. You're working against your vision. You're working against your goals. You're working against your dreams. And the story goes on. Not only in everything, man, did he call him a wicked servant. He let him know, get here, get from me. The last thing I want to do is to go through life. I've put the work in. I've used my gifts. And I've been obedient. And then to walk all that entire time, and then all of a sudden, hear you wicked, unruly, unfaithful servant, depart from me. That's not what Lambo is about. That's not what this leverage show is about. It's about you living your God-given gifts and dreams and enjoying that life and seeing yourself manifesting that life that you have literally made a blessing and put that in front of you and put that as a target in front of you. And you're living and walking in that life. You want to be able to live the abundant life and him be pleased at you. Well done, my good and faithful servant. That's what unlocks the blessings. Y'all can go back and check out the wealth covenant. You can check out the blessing. You can check out the Eddie, life in an Eddie. You can check out all of these things. And all of these things have one common goal, one common denominator, one common factor. your obedience towards him and your assignment. You're rewarded by that. Your job rewards you by that. For those who are in relationships, your relationships rewards you about how good you are and how obedient you are. And what do? Your kids, you reward your kids for their obedience as parents. But some of y'all just want it in your hands and don't want to jump. You're going to have to jump. You're going to have to get out of that boat. You're going to have to do something outside of the norm that you've been doing. Because this thing in life is going to require you to operate and dominate in all the gifts, all the talents, in the obedience, and putting in work nonstop until your number and your day is up. It's going to require an extra effort. Listen, I truly thank each and every single one of y'all for always coming on this show, showing love. But I want to challenge y'all, not just to show love and greeting each other in the comments and greeting me. I want to challenge y'all to live one of the best, greatest lives that you can possibly live. When you look at yourself in the mirror, when you look at your family, when you look at who you are and where you are right now, you cannot tell me you are satisfied with the you today and fighting against the you see tomorrow. If you're satisfied with that you, this message ain't for you. This program ain't for you. I'm telling you, the Leverage Show just ain't for you. You're satisfied with that you. You're satisfied with that you. I'm satisfied, Lambo. I wake up in the morning. I see myself. I'm good. I'm really good. This message ain't for you. Go finish living life. Go finish being the ordinary person and enjoying life that you are doing in your terms. That's fine. That's just ain't for you. But if you are not satisfied with the you see today, listen, let me make a bold statement. Lambo is not satisfied with even all the success and everything that I have going now with the you I see today. My wife is not satisfied with the you she sees today. My kids are not satisfied with the you they see today. And then when they get to that place of being in what they see, they still won't be satisfied. Because it's a constant evolving thing of getting better and better in perfection and perfecting your craft. That's what this is about. The moving target that continuously to keep moving, that continuously to perfect, that continuously to bring excellence out in you. That's what this thing is. I want to let you know something. In life, you will always have moving targets. It's never going to be the same thing. It's never going to be you just waking up, you just existing. It doesn't work that way. In life, your target will continuously to keep moving. But in that, you must continue to keep improving. This Leverage Show allows you to improve just a little bit better, day by day by day. Listen, I'm going to get into these comments, and then we're going to get into this show. Because if you've been stirred tonight to say, you know what, I need to do something different. I need to hear what Steve is saying. My guy, Steve Harvey, is going to definitely be coming on and helping you motivate to get you past the you today to the you you've seen in your future and in your vision of tomorrow. And we're going to continue to keep going higher. We're going to get into these comments real quick. I love each and every single one of y'all. Hope that message blessed and stirred your life up today. My baby says, hello, Ken. Hey, family, happy Thursday. Showing love to Ken. That's what I want to hear. Issa's in the building, said, hello, Lambo family. Hello, Mrs. Johnson. Hi, Brother Ken. Hi, happy Thursday. I'm very happy to be here. Man, we're glad you're here, Sidro. Glad you are here on the Leverage Show, leveling yourself up, man. I'm telling you what I am. Issa said, let's make that jump with faith, knowing that the winds are waiting for us. Yes, it ain't going to turn out how you want it to always turn out, but you're going to have to jump. You're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to get up off the sideline. If you've been playing it comfortable, you don't know how many people are connected to your jump. I'm getting ready to say that one more time. Some of y'all don't know how many people are connected to your jump. When you jump, I promise you, people are connected to your jump bigger than what you can even think. You just need to understand this ain't about you. It's about the people that's in your future that are connected to the decisions you make today. When you look at yourself in that mirror, it's not about you. It's about the people who are connected to your tomorrow. And I'm telling you, them and their families are counting on the decisions that you're making today. Today. Kids say, hello, welcome back, Mrs. Johnson. Thank you, showing love, man. My baby showing love to Issa. Hello, Issa, good to see you. You know what time it is. Hi with the virtual hug. Shout out to your fro, IC in the building. Ken says, IC is in the building. Shout out to your IC. You know what time it is. Shout out to your fro in the front row. Let's make this thing do what it do. Already to share this with the usual 10 plus folks. Thank you, Ken, man, for always sharing. Make sure y'all get this video and this content out. I'm telling y'all, it will help change your life. Steve Harvey, 10 minutes before bed, 10 minutes when you get out of bed. Yes. If you need it, I'm telling you, if you need it. See, some people just don't understand what motivation, inspiration, and literally bringing in affirmations is. That literally is true. Sometimes just remember, you may not need to go ahead and know everything about God and know everything about the Bible, but you're going to need to do something. You're going to need to talk with him every day. And you're going to need to keep your mind fresh on where you want to go. Because I promise you, your life and everything, man, a change. You may only need to know 1 or 2, 3 scriptures or 5 or 10 scriptures your whole life. Meditate on that and allow God to illuminate that in your life so you can be a better you, so you can help people in life. I'm telling you, your today is counting on your tomorrow, but you better make the right decisions today, because I'm telling you it's on. Amen. Come on, we coming. You talk that smack all day long. You know I do. Larry the Lion's in the building. I see you. Keep that same energy on the golf course. You know I will. Tell them, bro, keep that same energy. I'm making sure I keep that same energy. Hey, Larry, man, talk to me, man. How's it hanging, bro? Hopefully all is well with that. Tell Give T my love, man. You already know what time it is. Money, you got this, man. Shout out to you, Money, in the building. LA Law says hello, everyone. Shout out to you, LA Law. I see you in the building, man. Showing love, man. My wife is showing love to LA Law and Money. Shout out to your high fro, showing love, LA Law. Showing love right back to Mrs. Johnson. Ken said, get on this front row, LA Law. Good to see you. You already know. So much great when we see LA Law in the building. Shout out to Money in the building. Yes, Ken. LA Law. Thanks, Kennard. Good to see you. You already know. Kenny says, Money in the building. Let's go. IC says, hi, LA Law. How are you? Good to see you. LA Law says, hi, AC. Good to see you too. Doing great. How about you? This is what I'm talking about. This is the chat's getting in there. Excellent. Thank you. This is the love that we show on this Leverage Show. Hello, everyone. Lambo on here preaching. I love it. I'm just teaching y'all what I know. Kennard Haney says, thank you, LA Law. It's good to have you and good to be seen on here. What's up, Cutie Potato for Life? Welcome. Amen. Life was responding to you. Exactly. Life was not happening to you. Life is responding to you. Some of you know, y'all need to change your words. You've been saying life was responding to you. Life is not happening to you. Life was responding to you. How you respond to it will definitely bless you. St. Transit, hello, bro. How's it going, man? Life is doing good. That is so true. Do you have any social medias, man? You already know I do. Lambo Drew, TMT. This where this thing is at, man. Lambo Drew, TMT, man. I'm trying to tell you what I know, brother. This where this thing is at, man. Cutie Potatoes for Life said, just do it and jump. Yes, just do it and jump. Don't even look to the left or right. Do it and jump. Larry is laughing. I know you're laughing, man. Larry is saying, Patty, brother, we Patty's around here, man. Patty Freddy's, actually. Patty Freddy's and everything, man. You already know what time it is. Sparkles, I see you on Facebook, man. Yes, I agree. You do fear. You up to the challenge. You are not satisfied. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please don't be satisfied from where you're currently at and where you truly decide to go. Now, it's my esteemed honor to play this video for the next 55 minutes. I told y'all, I'm going to make sure this was under 2 hours so y'all can get this in your spirit, because it's truly going to bless and change your life. I'll be in the chats. I'll be still right here. But let Steve talk to you guys for the next 55 minutes or so. I love you guys. Shout out to your mother-in-law. I see you on there. I see Linda Williams on there. She's getting down to it. We getting ready to let Steve talk to us just a little bit.
This is important information.
And think about, because tomorrow's the first day of the rest of our lives. So what an opportunity we have to practice what he preached.
Because it's actually a scripture, but it's a scripture that's never explained to you the right way. When I learned it, it changed my life. That's a scripture that you've all heard. It says faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. All faith is really, the substance of it is just what you hope for. That's all faith is. It's just real hard hoping. You remember when you was little and you said, I hope I get a bike for Christmas? And you went out there one year and the bike was under the tree? You remember when you said you hope you graduate and you mess around and got a diploma? Then you remember when you said you hope you get a job and you mess around and you got a job? At one point in time, the older you get, this got to start clicking in. That faith is really the substance of things hoped for. That if you hope hard enough, one day you ought to get smart and turn all that hoping into belief. And what is belief? Nothing but faith. And what is faith? Faith is belief in things that you cannot see. When you ain't see no way you was gonna get a job, got you one, didn't he? When you ain't see no way you was gonna get that bike, he got you one, didn't he? When you ain't think you was gonna graduate, you graduated, didn't you? That's because God was turning your hopes into faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for.
But, you know, faith without works is nothing. So try to be an agent for good.
Hit a kicker. This is the part you got to get. And the evidence of things not seen. Remember I told you that imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attraction. But let me tell you the problem with your imagination. Problem with your imagination is you tell it to the wrong people. You want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small-minded person. Do you know how many times God has showed you something in your imagination that you knew was just for you? You were so excited when he came to you, you went and you shared it with your family and friends. You know what they did? They shot it down. You know why they shot it down? Because they couldn't see it. You know why they couldn't see it? Because God didn't show it to them. He showed it to you. He showed you the evidence of things not seen. See, they might love you, but they don't know what God gonna do for you. See, your mom and them, your cousin them, your friends, they don't know. See, you gotta be careful when you share your imagination with small-minded people. Nobody else can see your imagination but you. But see, it ain't just you imagining stuff. It's your God showing you a preview of a coming attraction that he has for you. God loves you right where you at. All of you, you're in the process right now. You're in the process of becoming what God wants you to be. See, the reason you wake up every day is because God ain't through with you yet. Because he still has something for you that you've yet to receive. But you have to start living your life in expectation. You have got to start expecting great things to happen for you in order for it to happen. It is the law of attraction. It is real. It is nothing fake about it. A man is as he thinketh. If you live your life in expectations, that's what happens to you. If you live your life in despair, that's what happens to you. If you say all men are dogs, you're going to meet every last one of them. I'll never be rich. You won't. You won't. The moment you change the frequency that your tower emits, the moment you change that frequency, different things come back to you. I'm telling you this how it works. If you change your attitude, you change your altitude. Change your attitude, you change your altitude. I'm going to tell you something that every successful person has to do, including you. Believe it or not, every successful person in this world has jumped. I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. You are going to have to jump. You cannot just exist in this life. You have got to try to live. If you're waking up thinking that it's got to be more to your life than it is, man, believe that it is. Believe in your heart of hearts that it is. But to get that life, you're going to have to jump. I'll tell you why I call it jumping. When you see people in life, when you're standing on the cliff of life and you see people soaring by, you see people soaring, going to exotic places, you hear about them doing wonderful things. Maybe you look up the street and your neighbor just gets a car every year, every 2 years. You know, how is he doing that? Have you ever thought, maybe this person right here has identified their gift and is living in their gift? You just got to quit looking at gifts as running, jumping, singing, dancing. It's more than that. It's if you know how to network, if you can connect dots, if you draw, if you teach. Some of y'all fry chicken better than anybody else, bake pie. Some of you cut hair, color hair. Your gift, not your education. You go get an education, that's nice. But if you don't use your gift, that education only gonna take you so far. I know a lot of people got degrees, man, they ain't even using it. It's your gift. But the only way for you to soar is you got to jump. You got to take that gift that's packed away on your back. You got to jump off that cliff and pull that cord. That gift opens up and provides the soar. If you don't ever use it, you can just go to work. If you getting going to work on a job every day that you hate going to, that ain't living, man. You just existed. At one point in time, you ought to see what living's like. But the only way to see what living like, you got to jump. And here's the problem. We'll just be real with you. When you first jump, let me tell you something. Your parachute will not open right away. When you jump, it's not going to open right away. You're going to hit them rocks. You're going to get some skin tore off on them cliffs. You're going to get all your clothes tore off. You're going to get some cuts on you. You're going to be bleeding pretty bad. But eventually, the parachute has to open. That ain't a theory, that's a promise. Here's another thing. You can play it safe and deal without the cuts and the tags. And you can stand on that cliff of life forever safe. But If you don't jump, I got another promise I can make you. Your parachute will never open. You'll never know. If I were you, I would jump. Because that's the only way to get to that abundant life. You got to jump, man. You got to take a chance. Now, when I get through talking, there are those of you who have discussed this in the car. Well, I got bills. Whether you stay on the cliff or you jump, you're going to have bills. Well, if I quit my job, I'm going to ruin my credit. If you got a job, you live in check to check. Even if you got A1 credit, you can't buy nothing else no damn way. At one point in time, man, do yourself a favor. Before you leave this world, before you die, jump. Just jump one time. Just jump. Thank you very much. Now, Albert Einstein had a quote. He said, imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions. This is important information. The biggest thing that always troubled me was my imagination, because it was so big when I was a kid. You know, I grew up poor, but I was always imagining stuff. You know, my mama, once a month, would buy a travel magazine at the grocery store. My father used to be so pissed off. Bill, why we spending this money? We were poor. She said, Slick, we ain't got no money to take this boy nowhere. But if he can look in these magazines, maybe one day, it'll cause him to want to travel. I've been to so many countries around the world because of that magazine. I just wanted to go see stuff. My mama had enough sense to plant that seed. It's like at Christmas time, we used to get in the car. My daddy used to take us to the suburbs so we could see the lights. And you know, we just drove around the lights. I was amazed at the suburbs because I would see these big houses with horseshoe driveways where you drove in and came out the other side. So I told my daddy one time we was riding, I said, Daddy, why don't we get one of them houses? He said, boy, I ain't got no money for that. That's what I'm bringing you out here for. She said, one day you'll be able to get one of them houses. Let me explain something to you. Because of that right there, I've probably had in my lifetime now about 11 homes. I got 4 now in different states. Every house I own got a horseshoe driveway. When they was living, they told me one time, they was sitting up watching TV. My daddy looked at my mama and said, Bill, he called my mama Bill and said, can you believe that this little boy we had on TV? She said, Slick, I can't believe this. I used to send my daddy $5,000 a week. You know, when I first got on TV, I was making $55,000 a week, so I sent my mama there $5,000 a week. When I got into Kings of Comedy, my father was still living. I showed my daddy one time how much money I made. He said, boy, it took me 4 years to make this kind of money. So I was able to give them something with my life. So before my mama and them left this world, I could give them something. I bought them everything, man, houses, cars, furniture. I bought them everything I could think. Try. And you know what's crazy, man? I'm 62 years old. I still want them to be proud of me. I'm still hoping that they in heaven watching me. And they see me turn into something. That's all I ever wanted. It was in my imagination to take care of them. You just got to believe that. You just got to believe, man. Don't ever give up. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. All faith is, really, the substance of it is just what you hope for. That's all faith is. It's just real hard hoping. You remember when you was little and you said, I hope I get a bike for Christmas? And you went out there one year and the bike was under the tree? You remember when you said you hope you graduate and you mess around and got a diploma? Then you remember when you said you hope you get a job and you mess around and you got a job? At one point in time, the older you get, this got to start clicking in. That faith is really the substance of things hoped for. That if you hope hard enough, One day you all get smart and turn all that hoping into belief. And what is belief? Nothing but faith. And what is faith? Faith is belief in things that you cannot see. See, this what the part you got to get. The evidence of things not seen. Remember I told you that imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attraction. Man, do you know, now let me tell you the problem with your imagination. Problem with your imagination is you tell it to the wrong people. If you want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small-minded person. You went and you shared it with your family and friends. You know what they did? They shot it down. You know why they shot it down? Because they couldn't see it. See, your mom and them, your cousin them, your friends, they don't know. See, you got to be careful when you share your imagination with small-minded people. Nobody else can see your imagination but you. Your gift is very simple to know. You don't have to go anywhere to discover it. It's not in the water. It's not on a mountaintop. It ain't hid under a rock. Now, this is how you know you're not living in your gift. If when the alarm clock goes off in the morning and you ain't happy about it, you ain't doing what you want to do. If your job makes you sick to go to, if you're unhappy with waking up to go to where you got to go, it's because you ain't living in your gift. What burns in your heart is important for you to pay attention to because it never goes away. That's why people wake up in a rut. See, you hate waking up because you're waking up and you don't know the reason. You're waking up and you don't have no design in mind. Once you live in your purpose, when you discover your gift, you can't wait to wake up. Please understand, pay very close attention to the thing that makes you happy. All of you are gifted at something. The problem is you keep wanting your gift to be what somebody else's gift is. Identify your own gift because you already have it. Here's the way you identify your gift. Your gift is the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. If you fry chicken better than everybody you know, you ought to be somewhere frying chicken. People make millions of dollars frying chicken. Popeyes, Kentucky Fried Chicken, El Pollo Loco. All they doing is making chicken. They just found a way to do it. Somebody just started making chicken. You know the story of Marie Callender's? Do you know what this woman did, man? She worked for a diner, a greasy spoon diner that was going out of business. It was her only job. She was a single mother. It was her only job. She needed that job, but the diner was going to close. So she went to the owner of the diner and said, let me bake one of my pies. People like my pies, and see if I can help you make a little money. He said, whatever, bring it in. She bought one pie in. They sold every slice. The next day, the people came in and asked for the pie. She had to go home and make another pie. The next day, so many people asked for the pie, she had to make 4 pies. Then people started saying, can I buy my own pie? She made so many pies at this store that she eventually saved her money and put a commercial oven in her house. Now, she done made so many pies, the dude's shop, he ain't selling hamburgers no more. All he's selling is them damn pies. That's how Marie Callender got started. Marie Callender now has over 120 restaurants. You can't go to no frozen food section without seeing Marie Callender in there. You know what she started with? A pie. One pie. Your gift will make room for you. Now, what is your gift? It's the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. That's your gift. Quit running away from the gift. Your gift will make room for you. Stop trying to be something you ain't gifted at. Maybe you here because you need to hear this. Maybe you here because you need to dust off your dreams. Maybe you need to explore your imagination. Maybe you just need to identify your gift so you can quit tripping in your own life, trying to figure out what you can do. Some people are born to be teachers, caregivers, nurses, babysitters. Those are gifts, you know what I mean? If you're living in your gift, you're cool. It's just if you ain't, You do anything else, when that alarm clock go off in the morning, you ain't gonna like it. And I would hate to die and never do the thing I was born to do. You should look into that before you mess around and check out of here. I was miserable in my life. I didn't like waking up. I ain't have no purpose. I ain't know what I was supposed to be doing. On October 8th, 1985, I walked in a comedy club for the first time. Signed up for the following week. The following week, a girl took me down there. She said, "You got to go to comedy club. You're the funniest person I've ever met." I never even heard of comedy clubs. I'm 27. I walked in a comedy club. I signed up for the following week. I'm gonna sit here and learn. I knew I was funny. I just didn't know what to do with it. They had 10 acts go up. 9 of them went up. I didn't laugh at one joke. I was just sitting there just, man, I wish that was me. Man, they should have said this. Every joke they told, I knew the punchline before they said it, and I wrote a better punchline in my mind, what they should have said. It got to guy number 10, they called his name, he wasn't there. They said, well, he's not here, we're gonna go to next week's list. Steve Harvey, where are you? Long story short, I won amateur night that night. I won $50. It was a 45-minute drive to my house with this girl named Gladys. I cried 45 minutes. She said, "What you crying for? It ain't but $50. I said, no, you don't even understand. I was born tonight. I now know what I'm supposed to do. I went to work the next day, October 9th, and quit my job. With $50, I had nothing. I just never gave up. I'm gonna tell you something. That decision cost me everything I had. I lost everything. I lost my family. I lost friends. I lost everything. I became homeless. I lived in a car for 3 years. But I just saw this. I saw this vision. I just pursued it. I said, wow, that's it. You have to take chances in life. Life is about risk. If you play it safe in life, you ain't gonna have much of a life. If you play it safe, you won't have much of a life. Life is risk. It take courage to pursue your dream. Now it's gonna cost you something. Most people are not willing to pay what it costs to go after your dream, because you're gonna have to hurt a little bit. And most people don't like being uncomfortable. If you don't want to be uncomfortable, please do not pursue success, because success is a very uncomfortable feeling. And I just learned to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Life is hard. See, for every time you have a plan, a dream, an aspiration, or a goal, do you know what happens every time you have one of those? This thing comes along called life. It happens to everybody. Life has disappointment. It got peaks and valleys. You're going to lose somebody you care about one day. That's a valley. Somebody going to close the plant you thought was going to stay open so you can retire. That's a valley. Somebody going to fire you for an unjust cause. That's a valley. The people that got your credit card going to sell their company, going to sell their business to another credit card company. Your 18% go up to 26%. You don't even know why now. Your minimum didn't change because it's life. You can stop thinking that life finna be easy, because I got news for you, it ain't. That's a false hope to think you're gonna have a wonderfully carefree life. That's unthinkable. We all live in this bubble. What you gotta do, you gotta put more air in your bubble. You got to blow your bubble up. Expand yourself. Take yourself out your comfort zone. Do not live in your bubble. Put some more air in your bubble. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful. Start putting some pressure on. Put some pressure on yourself. Get out here and get about it. Look, I love to sugarcoat this thing for you. I love to tell you, look, you can go out here and get rich, do a couple of things. They ain't happening. You got to get real doggish. You got to get downright funky if you want to make it. Now, like I was telling you before, if you want to be ordinary, you ain't even got to listen to me. Just go on about your business. If you think ordinary's cool, ain't no problem. It's some really, really wonderful ordinary people. But if you are sitting in this room and you have extraordinary aspirations, then you're going to have to do extra. You put extra on top of ordinary and you come up with extraordinary. It's no other way. I'm sorry, but here's the fact. All of you have extraordinary capabilities, all of you. You have to decide if you are willing to do the things to put you in that category.
Suggestion to all young people, if you could just hear me clearly, don't do what I did. Most people I know mess off all of their 20s. From 20 to 29, they just jack it off. They just jack off their 20s. They mess them up. Because 20 is that age, man, where you just really just trying to have too much fun. You're free, you're out of college, you don't live at your mama's house no more, you're out on your own. So what do? Mostly all of us, 98% of the people I know, we spend our 20s trying to exert ourselves in the fun category. We so that we got to get off work so we can go to happy hour. We got to get off work so we can go get high. We got to get off work so we can go drink a cold. We got to get off work, go smoke one. We got to go hang out with the fella. We got to play video games. The average person blows all of their 20s. Then when you find out that life ain't waiting on you, now you're 30. Now guess what happens to mostly all of us, including myself? I spent all of my 30s trying to do the things that I should have been doing in my 20s. So now my life is behind. Now you look up and you're 40s. You in your 40s. And now you're trying to do the things and have the things that you could have had in your 30s, man, had you just done what you should have did in your. And then the tragedy starts to occur. You look up and you're 50. Now, that don't mean it's too late for you, because it wasn't too late for me. But you look up and you're 50, and now all of a sudden, all through your 50s, you trying to create and have a life that you could have created and had in your 30s. My suggestion to all young people, if you could just hear me clearly, don't do what I did. So you look at my life now and you think, oh, Steve, you got it going on. Man, you don't know how hard I made it on myself, taking the route that I took. If I could start over again and change one thing, I would buckle down in my 20s while you're young and energetic. Alleviate some of that BS that you're so dedicated to. The 20s, man, you dedicated to girls, to dudes, to video games, to clubs, to happy hours, that smoke, that drink, that freedom. You so, but in dedicating yourself to that freedom and that fun, man, you lock yourself out of the American dream. And it happens to 98% of people. And the reason I know it is because it happened to me. And if I could tell anybody, man, if I could do it again, I would have changed the way I lived my 20s. And if I was in my 30s, you really in these 30s, it's time out for clubs and drinking and happy hours and parties. In your 30s, you should just be about the business of your life. Because say what you want to say about me. Every time I hear Steve, man, he's trying to preach to somebody. I'm really just trying to share some valuable information because I lived all the messed up sides of it. Flunking out of school, man, losing everything I ever had, divorces. I'm telling you, man, I did so many things wrong. I made so many mistakes. Homeless, living in a car. I made incredible mistakes. I could have avoided a lot of them. Now, it created who I am. Now, once you made the mistakes, just get up, man. Quit, don't wallow in them. because you can recover from all mistakes, but you got to want to recover. You got to ask for forgiveness. You got to go to all the people that you crossed and you wronged and you let down. You got to say, look, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Forgive me and move on. Now, everybody ain't going to forgive. That's life. God is in the forgiveness. I see people trip out when I throw God out. I'm just telling you, man, the reason I throw God out there is because God is available for everybody. I always wanted to be rich. But if you want to be a downright hardcore successful, have a little extra money, you got to get busy. Whatever you're doing right now, as hard as you think you work, you got to quadruple it. And then when you look up and that ain't working, like here's my father always told me, he said, son, when you think you've done all you can do and you can't do no more, do something.
You have got to change the way you think. It is the whole determining factor of where you go in life. We are all where we are today because we thought ourselves to this position. If you don't like the position, think yourself out of it. Your brain is divided into two halves, positive and negative, good and evil. It don't function on nothing else. Ain't no neutral ground in your brain. It's either positive and good or negative and evil. Each half of your brain has millions of factory workers on each side. You got a million factory workers on the positive side. You got a million factory workers on the negative side. At the forefront of each one of those factories in your brain is a foreman. You got foreman positive and you got foreman negative. You are in charge. You're the boss of the factory. Guess what? We are how we think. You can't make a world, but you can make your own world. So now, since your brain is in two halves, let me show you how this works. You wake up in the morning and you say, man, I don't feel myself today. I got up on the wrong side of the bed. I'm not a morning person. Foreman negative hears that. He steps to the front. He said, what did you say? You say, I said I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. I'm not myself. I'm not a morning person. He says, you got it right away. He said, hey, the boss just woke up and said he's not a morning person. He's having a bad day today, and he ain't feeling himself. Let's get to work. The million factory workers start producing thoughts to justify what you just said. So now guess what? Man, I hate my alarm clock went off this morning. I got to get out here in this traffic. I want to drive down here today. I don't even like these people on my job. I can't stand this car I'm finna get in this morning. Sure wish I had a new car, but I'm driving this ragged ass car. And on and on and on. And your day starts tumbling into what you ordered at the top of the day. You could wake up in the morning and you say, you know what? Today is gonna be a great day today. I expect something really good to happen for me today. He said, what did you say? You say, I said I'm having a great day today. I expect something good to happen today. Foreman positive turns around and goes, all right, let me have your attention. Steve's having a great day today. He's expecting some wonderful things to happen. And man, let's get it going. And they start manufacturing thoughts. Same brain. Man, I can't wait to go to work today. It may not be the job I want, but at least I got a job. I'm so grateful I got a car to drive to work today. Hey man, at least I got a check coming in. I appreciate the fact that I don't have a car, but at least I can walk to the train. Man, this is gonna be great today. That's how your mind works 24/7. It never turns off. Change your attitude, you change your altitude.
It all depends on how you look at it. Our lives are mostly affected by the way we think things are, not the way they are. The way we think they are affects us most. And Shope taught me that the mind is like a factory, a mental factory. And whatever you think about all day long pours ingredients into this mental factory. And that's what builds the economic, social, financial fabric of your life. As you think, so you become.
Albert Einstein, 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 Albert Einstein said once, he said, imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions. I want you to get this now. Imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions. Because if you think about it, everything you have, everything we have in this world, somebody imagined it. It's your imagination is tremendous. Somebody was sitting on the phone one day talking with a cord to the wall and said, man, I wish I could just go outside with this phone. Everybody in here got a cell phone. Somebody imagined that. Somebody got tired of riding in a wagon cross country from slavery to freedom. Somebody said, I wish we had something that made these wheels move by themselves. We drive cars. People got tired of driving from New York to LA. Somebody said, I wish we could fly. We got airplanes. Imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions. Your real life, the one God really got for you, is in your imagination. It is not in your current situation or your current paycheck. And if you've been living like that, you have then restricted yourself to a commonality that is really not yours. Because what really God got for you is really in your imagination. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So when I told you a minute ago, you got to have a tremendous work ethic, but you got to have a lot of faith. I talk to so many people who get older, like some of us are, and they've lost the faith. Well, faith is really simple. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. All that means is in the beginning, you just hope something pop up. You know, you just kind of hope something happen for you. I was hoping I would get on TV. I wrote it on a piece of paper when I was 10. I want to be on TV. The problem I had when I wrote it at 10 was I suffered from a severe stuttering problem. I could not talk outside of my house. So can you imagine when I wrote on a piece of paper, I want to be on TV and turn that in? First thing the little boy next to me asked me, he said, well, how long is your TV show going to be? But when I wrote it on the paper, it wasn't factual. It was just hope. You just got to start with the hope. Faith is the substance of things that you hope for. You just hope something, Joe. Then what happened is through grace and favor, he give you a couple of them things you hope for, and then you're supposed to start believing then. Because now it turns into faith. But if you take this scripture, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. What is the evidence of things not seen? I just told it to you. Albert Einstein said, imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attraction. But guess what? Your imagination really is. It's the evidence of things not seen. Because your imagination, you know why it's the evidence of things not seen? Because you're the only one can see it. Your imagination is actually God showing you a preview of a coming attraction that he has for you. The moment you don't believe in your imagination, you negate what he got for you. Your imagination is the preview to life's coming attraction. It is the evidence of things not seen, because can't nobody see it with you. Your problem is you keep telling your imagination to the wrong people. See, if you want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small-minded person. It's dead. How many times, man, have you had a tremendous idea? Something you thought was the one, and you went and told it to your loved ones and your so-called friends, and they shot it down. I mean, you was convinced that it was just, oh man, I just came to you. And you told it to them and they shot it down. And you thought since they was your loved ones and their friends and they got your best interests at heart, you believed them. You was wrong. You let them talk you out of what God got for you. Some of y'all still sitting here with the ambition of opening a business one day, but you scared to go start the business because you got a job and you got bills. Rich people got bills. Everybody got bills. Hell, I got bills. Everybody owes somebody something. I got something with the bank right now. You're going to let the fact that you got some bills stop you from opening the business, the thing that God done put in your imagination? So you're going to squash that because you got bills. Everybody got bills. Your real life is in your imagination. Can you grab what I'm telling you? So I don't know what you thought I was going to say to you. I'm just a real dude. I don't even have the education you all have. I flunked out of school. I ain't got no education. I don't use 4-syllable words. The only 4-syllable word I know is my bank account. What I'm sharing with you is stuff that everybody can apply today. If you're sitting in here thinking that you're too old to listen to what Steve, hell, I'm 60. I'm 60 years old, but I still rely on my imagination. See, if you think you're too old to make it, let me give you a prime example. Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders has been frying chicken his whole life. He was telling everybody he had the best chicken in the world. Ain't nobody believed him. They turned him down everywhere. Colonel Sanders didn't get a franchise till he was in his 60s. Kentucky Fried Chicken sell more chicken than anybody in the world today. So if you're sitting there thinking because you got a little gray on you, you're too late, as long as God waking you up in the morning, that's the sign that he ain't through with you. So what you tripping for? You sitting up in here like God can't do nothing for you because you 60. Man, you know what I'm asking God for right now? And I'm 60. If you could see my vision board, you would be blown away. Because I got off right now. I really know. But I ain't in the need business. I'm in the want business. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting something. Quit going down to these churches y'all sitting up in here going down to, keeping you in these little boxes. God got a big life for you. The only person ain't get that. Look, and I love church. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking church. Don't tweet that. He don't care for the church no more. I didn't say that. But don't go down there, memorize all these scriptures, and then don't apply none of them to your life. That's what I'm talking about. Quit going down there just to go and just get a couple of scriptures and apply them to you. Let me give you one that's real simple. See, these principles of success. They've taken all of these scriptures and they put them in books and they call them, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. But everything in there is a scripture. They just reworded it because people don't know how to read the Bible. Like I can't really read the King James Version. I can't. The smallest scripture I ever read changed my life. The scripture real simple. You have not because you ask not. Do you know the difference that could make in your life? I'm just giving you real talk now. I'm just trying to tell you how I got here. See, I have no education. I applaud all of you with your education. I've seen them talk to so many men who have in corporate America. I'm in awe of that because I don't have it. But you sit here and you take what you have, and it could be so much more if you would ask. See, you have not because you ask not. When the last time you really asked me for something? Or do you keep making requests that's inside the confines of your paycheck. When you gonna get outside of that? Didn't I just tell you God ain't in your paycheck? Didn't I just tell you he ain't in your job title? The life God got for you is in your imagination. Why you still imagine this stuff? Why you keep dreaming of a summer home? Why you keep dreaming of retirement, leaving your grandkids money? So I'm at the age now where I think about my grandkids. I got 7 TV shows. Dog, I only need one. One show pay me enough money. I do not live my life in the confines of what anybody says to me. I let my imagination go, and now imagination is a preview to life's coming attraction. But what that really means is God showing you a preview of what he has for you. So now, if you have not, cause you ask not, do you understand if you up your ask, he has to up his give? Just period. This is simple stuff that anybody can apply. You ain't even gotta have no degree to do this. You don't even have to have no money to do this. You can start this today and change your whole game, because you're gonna need grace and favor anyway. You need the dream, the faith, and then he put his grace and favor on top of it. You gone. But you gotta ask for something. If you up your ask, he got to up his deal. Period. Listen, I have asked God for some business. Everything he hasn't given to me is on the way. I have no doubt about it. Why would he not? See, can I tell you what really prompted this thinking in me? When I was homeless, I lived in a car for 3 years. I made some decisions in my life, man, that threw myself off. My decision in October 8th, 1985, I walked into a comedy club for the first time. Had never heard of a comedy club. All my life, I wanted to be on TV. So I ran up on stage. I don't even know what to do, but I just started talking about boxing and stuff that happened to me. Audience was hollering, laughing. They brought all 10 of us back up on stage. They had a clap off. I won the clap off. I won $50. I cried from Cuyahoga Falls to Cleveland. The girl kept saying, "Why you crying? It ain't but $50. I said, "No, you don't understand. It's way more than 50. This what I do." She said, "What you mean this what you do? This just your first time." You don't understand. Something happens. I won amateur night. I went to work the next day, October 9th, 1985, and quit my job. You've all seen this book I got out, this video called Jump. Oh, I jumped. Now, I don't recommend that you do it that way, because 2 years later, I was homeless. Because the first year of comedy, I made $3,400. The next year, I made $4,800. And the third year, I made $5,300. I got a wife, a set of twins. I'm sending every dollar I got to them. So I tried to live on $50, $75 a week. Gas was 38 cents a gallon back then. I just stayed in my car. So I lived in my car for 3 years. 3 years, I lived in my car. And what happened was, I just said, man, so I used to fish all the time to eat, because I'm a fisherman, I'm a bass fisherman. So I used to stop at lakes and ponds and just fish. And every month I get run off from somebody's land. "Hey, get away from here. Hey, move along, that's not yours. Hey, stop fishing here." I just get run off. And he didn't understand. And one time I had fish on the line. They said, "You got fish on that line?" I said, "Yeah." "Throw them back." I had to throw them back, because I used to stop at rest areas with them little cast iron grills. I kept charcoal in my car. I started a fire and I eat fish. There's some days I wouldn't eat. So that they thought I was just fishing, but I was eating. So I said one day, I said, "Man, you know what? One day, man, I'm gonna get myself some land. I'm gonna buy myself a piece of dirt." So fast forward, God bless me. I get on TV when I'm 38. I'm on Showtime at the Apollo. Lord have mercy. They gave me my money. I saved my money up. I saved $250,000. I said, "I'm going to give me some land." I went to Texas. and I'm about to buy some land. But before I went to buy the land, I was curious. I just had the thought. I said, man, I wonder how much land is on earth? How many acres is on earth? Because you know it's not going to change. You know, God lets you fly. God lets you dive on the water. God don't let you make dirt. Can't make dirt. So I looked it up. It's roughly over, just a little bit over 36 billion acres of land. 36 billion acres of land. So I just got a little bit more curious, and I said, well, how many people on earth? I looked it up, and there's about 6 billion people on earth. So I did some Steve Harvey thinking. I said, okay, if it's 36 billion acres of land, and it's about 6 billion people on earth, everybody ought to have 6 acres of land. Not just me, you know, I just thinking. So I asked God, could I have 6 acres? That's all I wanted. Because you know the one thing I wanted? I didn't care if I put a house on it or nothing. I just wanted to be a stand somewhere and couldn't nobody run me off. You know, I was in a world of hurt. I'm so sick of just getting run off, man, every time I stop. So I got this money, man. I saved my money. I saved $250,000. I'm going and I'm looking for some land. The first day I get there, I see a piece of land in Texas, so beautiful. I couldn't believe it. Had rolling hills, had a pond on it where I could fish. The dude took me over there. I look at the land, and I'm looking out. I said, man, this is great right here. I said, sir, how much is this right here? He said, well, it's about $600,000. Man, I ain't got that kind of money. He said, well, how much do you have? I said, I got $250,000. I said, well, let me think about it, man. He said, let me think about it. And I was standing there, and then I stopped. I said, sir, can I ask you a question, man? How many acres of land is that? He said, this is 6 acres. Six years ago, I just asked God, just give me 6. See, I didn't want a whole lot of acres. I just wanted my cut. Just give me my 6. And so I said, ain't this crazy? So I thought about it. I said, man, what can we work out? Right before I got ready to say it, the guy that took me over there said, Steve, let me show you something right quick. He took me over to this hillbilly's house. He took me to his house. He said, let me show you something. He took me over and showed me this land, and it was massive. It had 3 lakes on it. It had rolling hills. It had trees. It was unbelievable, man. I said, man, this is incredible. I said, man, how much is this? He said, this 16 acres. I said, hey, man, I ain't got that kind of money. Let me go on back over here to this dude where Mike can cut a deal. He said, well, let me ask you something. What was you going to give that man over there? I said, well, I hadn't worked it out yet because all I got is $250,000. He said, well, listen, I'm in a little bit of a tight right now. Said, if you can bring me $250,000 cash by tomorrow, I'll give you this 16 acres. I showed up next day, $250,000, 16 acres, grace and favor right there. That's what that is. So my first piece of land was 250 acres. So I said, man, this is the land that I'm going to save for my family. I'm going to fish on the rest of my life. I'm going to be an old man. So then I got to think. I said, hold up, man. You mean you have not because you asked now? I asked for 6 years ago. He showed me 6, but he gave me 16. So I went to God. I said, God, listen to this. I'm from Cleveland. I got a couple partners that's locked up. They probably won't be using they 6. Now, let me tell you something. I'm so busy now, I don't even get to go to that ranch. I never can go. And I thought I was going to be fishing and save it for my kids' rest of life. But God had another plan for me. That's the ranch that I have my mentoring camp on. I bring 1,000 black boys out there with 1,000 single mothers. And that was the purpose of that ranch. I never go there to fish at all. But see, that's what I wanted. I thought that's what it was for. But God got another plan. His way is way bigger than yours. You can't even see his way. But you got to start the hustle. You got to give God something to work with. Look, if you start hustling and grinding, he'll fill it up for you.
Listen, y'all, I really truly hope that that bless you so much, man. I just really wanted to share that with y'all tonight, man. I'm always big and everything, man, especially when what God has done in my life, but especially, man, what Steve Harvey, man, has just been really giving back and pouring into people. I hope that this almost 2 hours of broadcast has really turned around and blessed your life. I hope that it really turned around and lit a fire underneath you, man, like never before. That you truly are really, really, really saying to yourself, you know what, this broadcast tonight has really inspired me and empowered me to a whole nother level. That was literally 55 minutes truly of in your face of the things that I spoke about an hour before. I showed you guys that. And literally, I'm not lying to you. It's like an everyday thing that we walk right into. We just get up and walk right into stuff, man. And it's like that for a reason, because when your life is filled with expectation, your life is filled with doing some of the greatest things that you truly desire to do and that you want to do, it will happen. It will come to pass. And we here on the Leverage Show are here each and every single week to be that encouragement, to be that platform, to be that voice of reason, and to be your cheerleader and your coach to let you know you shall have everything that you truly desire to have. Don't you quit. Don't you stop. Don't back up. I see y'all in the comments. I see y'all on Facebook. Shout out to my sister Leslie. Shout out to everything, man. To Mama Williams. Shout out and everything, man. To Nikki Nicole. Shout out to Janine. Shout out to Sparkle. Shout out to all of y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in tonight on another Leverage Show. And hopefully this been empowering. It's been inspiring, but it's been something that has motivated you to continue to keep going to another level. Listen, I've been your host, Lambo Drew. It's been an esteemed honor of rocking with y'all on another Leverage Show Thursday night. Again, every Tuesday and Thursday night, same time, same place, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, right back here on the Leverage Show. Listen, I love you guys. Make sure you guys are writing down your vision. Make sure you get that vision board. Continue to keep writing this thing and allow this thing to continue to keep taking you to a new level. I'm telling y'all what I know. Have a great weekend, man. Shout out to my wonderful wifey, man, showing so much love, man. Shout out to Issa, showing so much love. I hope that y'all truly are definitely been blessed by this program and this broadcast tonight, man. Let's continue to go higher. Love you guys. Take care, man. Have a wonderful, blessed week. We out of here. Till next time.